Okay, so way back when in the day, on Sunday mornings, we always did silver jewelry. And then once a month, every month, we did a big 4-hour show. And I remember selling my first Ecclissi watch, and Robert Elizondo, I still have it, and you'll remember it too. It had a bezel that you screwed on and off.
Yes,
remember?
yeah.
And it came with silver, and then you also got a gold one, and there might have been extras that I bought because I still, that was the onyx inlay.
Yes.
Remember?
Wow.
I know.
Memory.
Because I still have this jewelry.
That's awesome.
Like I said earlier, there's never been a moment that I thought, gee, I'm so sorry I bought this jewelry 20 years ago that is like X amount of grams. So in all the years that Robert Elizondo has been bringing us sterling watches, and just search sterling silver watches online now and find out that there are few and far between pieces available. They are not in this price range, and in my not so humble opinion, Robert Elizondo is the premier sterling silver watch designer. I've said it on the air for how many years?
Jane.
It's true.
We've been here since 1991.
Oh my gosh.
1991.
So right now we are looking at something that Robert is doing for the first time ever. In fact, it's so new. We're going to give you the sale price because all sterling jewelry is on sale from now to the end of the day tomorrow, but the whole day ends tonight at midnight with Rick on air. It's the only one in the collection, the only one ever where you use the beautiful Lira, Italian Lira coin in your choice of either the silver or then the two-tone with the gold face. But like, I mean, even with some of the jewelry experts, we showed this to them behind the scenes, and nobody could believe that this is sterling silver at this price, right?
It is pretty amazing. Of course, thank you to QVC for all of their hard work bringing all of this product in at these great prices today. So Jane, you know, I've kind of been like OCD about coins since I was a kid.
Right.
I mean, like when I still get change from someone, I look at it and go, wait a minute, is that a 1964 nickel? You know, I'm like,
so cool.
I'm like, maybe it's a guy thing a little bit, but I mean, I'm just totally into coins. And when I first got into this business, there was a very, very, very famous, very, very high-end watch in Switzerland that featured a gold coin on the dial.
Right.
I think we all maybe remember that brand, but it was a huge, huge item, and it was very expensive, and it was gorgeous, and it just always stuck in my mind. And I just always wanted to bring those two passions together. And it's taken me all these years, Jane, to get a coin on the dial. Yeah, 1991. And I finally found
29 years.
Yeah, and let me tell you, it's a puzzle because you have to find the coin in the right diameter that's going to fit for the watch that you want to place it in, and so on and so on. And of course, the processes of milling the coin, having it machined so that it fits inside the mechanism. These are all genuine 20 lira Italian coins.
Which went out of circulation,
in
what?
2001, when they were replaced by the euro. But these were first engraved and minted in 1957.
Oh my
goodness,
this is history.
Most of it was coined in 57 and 58, and that's where the bulk of these coins come from. And I had to work with like several collectors throughout Italy to get enough supply to make it. And you know, you're buying like dribs and drabs from different people wherever you can find them.
Well, here's the point. In the gold version, we have fewer than 800 to go around. Actually, that was a minute ago. Now we have fewer than 700 to go around. And you are locking into the sale price and the 5 easy payments, but it's not going to be shipped to you until the 28th. I wrote the 38th down of March. That's how excited I was.
It's a leap year.
Yeah. I don't know what this is, like turbo leap year. But anyway, no, that's going to ship out to you on the 28th of March. And I have to say, Robert, I've owned tons of your watches. You know, remember the turquoise face with the leather band? Still have that one too. But and I've gifted them time and time again. But this is so comfortable, and I think I'd love for you to show everybody how you designed this bangle watch.
I just want to worship the stack for a minute. Look at that wrist stack over there. That looks awesome. That is how it should be worn. All of your jewelry are friends. This is what it's all meant to be. And that is why I think that is the biggest argument for buying a sterling silver timepiece so that it matches up with all of your beautiful jewelry that you've collected.
Right.
You're not putting on a steel or a brass watch next to your beautiful sterling collection.
I remember you did a Today's Special Value with us. We haven't done a sterling Ecclissi watch in years, but you did one with us, and we were all challenged to go out and try and find something similar.
Right.
And we live not far from one of the biggest malls in America. And I mean, we don't have an amusement park in it, so probably store by store there are more.
Right.
And I went to every department store we went. It was so much fun. It was like a scavenger hunt.
Right.
We couldn't find anything, let alone anything that came close to this price. So Robert, show everybody how you designed it, because the comfort and the adjustability is and the style, the hip style is what Robert is famous for.
Yeah, well, you know what? When we decided we were going to use the Lira coin, I went back to one of our most popular silhouettes, which is this hinged cuff. And you see you've got these solid cuff sides, but it's hinged, so it just flows on the wrist. It's just so easy to wear. And I want to talk a little bit about this cuff.
Okay.
We're talking all about the coin.
And can I just say half the quantity in the yellow is gone, and we don't have an advance order.
We do not.
So get it while we have it.
We do not. So let me tell you about the cuff. So this is woven silver strips. So there's only like a couple of companies in the world that can actually weave silver strips into this tubular.
So that's not just stamped.
No, it's not stamped.
Whoa.
This is actually, like, I'm going to set this down because I mean, you should see them feeding the strips onto this tooling that weaves it into this. I mean,
that's hard
wild.
With leather in shoes and handbags, let alone in sterling silver.
And you know, this came out in Italy a few years back. One of the high-end luxury goods manufacturers in Italy started to use this look because they're known for their braided leather.
Yes,
and they introduced this. And I have wanted to use that material in a watch. And it's got a beautiful weight to it too.
And I have to brag on you.
Thank you.
Because you are the only watch manufacturer, designer. He's not a manufacturer, he's an amazing high-end designer. You got to get Ecclissi. I've worn it for 29 years because I have the first watch that makes it so beautifully adjustable. By the way, was it half the quantity in the yellow is gone, Eric? No. 2/3 of the quantity in the yellow is gone. We only have 200 left in the yellow. It's almost sold out.
You know, I suspect is this. So these are both beautiful timepieces. The gold-plated coin offers you a little bit of a two-tone effect, and we don't offer much of that.
Right.
So I could see where our fans would be kind of jumping on that. So you can marry that with your gold jewelry and your silver jewelry as well.
And this is totally adjustable.
Totally adjustable. As I was showing there a minute ago, you've got your 3 clasps. One is fixed, and 2 are removable so that you can self-size at home. And as a matter of fact, even as you're layering, if you want to make it more snug some days, more loose other days, you've got that flexibility. Or of course, if you're giving it as a gift, you're buying an early Mother's Day or graduation gift, you'll know that they'll be able to fit this with no problem, no hassle.
I feel like there is thinking of Italy, a renaissance in watches right now, because a lot of us got away from it and we had our cell phone. And I always say you can get in trouble looking at your cell phone in the middle of the meeting to think, is this person ever going to stop talking? But when you have a beautiful piece of jewelry, you can just be looking at my gorgeous watch that I'm wearing.
Right.
But I think that you said, look at that stack. Like, why are we not getting ourselves a brand new beautiful watch? It is precious metal. I don't know anyone, no one that I know in my family has a solid 14 or 18 karat gold watch. You may have a friend at home that does. I don't know anybody. So the fact that this is precious metal, silver can't be reduced by fire. I've always loved that. I mean, it's an element, right?
Marvelous.
It's on the table.
Marvelous. And it just, you know, look, we all know how it feels. It just feels different.
It does. To have
it just
precious
feels
metal.
different. It feels so good. It's my favorite metal. I grew up surrounded by it. So, you know, it's just always a pleasure to work with it. And I really think that this is a quintessential representation of our brand, Ecclissi. You know, we bring all the special looks, and by the way, we've got a little bit of a little slight brush of antiquing on it to really bring out those highlights. So it's going to just look great with all of your designer jewelry.
I'm taking off my yellow because it just sold out.
Well,
so we just made up our mind for you. You're going to get the silver because you do not want to wait with this, and it's gorgeous.
No, you don't.
And then I love like the ancient Etruscans. You think of Italy, and you think of, you know, the thousands of years of jewelry history. Then you put the granulation around the outside.
Oh, it's just, I just love the look.
So you.
So I'm going to just give a shout out to the person that engraved this coin. His name is Paolo Giampaoli.
Oh, it's a good name.
Italian. He learned engraving as a prisoner of war in World War I.
No way.
Went back to Italy and in 1936 was named the chief engraver for the Italian Mint. And he did most
got chills.
post-war Lira
Really?
coin engravings. And I just find it, like his work is fabulous.
Beautiful story.
It really is neat. He learned it from another Russian prisoner as a prisoner of war in Hungary.
And World War
I.
That's who
How cool is
engraved
that?
beautiful Lira. You know, I talked about the goddess Diana. She's the goddess of the moon, and she's also the goddess that's always been associated with silver. So I look at this
Look,
and I think
you
you
want to
feel.
know I have in my pocket?
What?
I have a couple of these coins.
Oh, wait,
These are the
show.
actual. These are the actual coins.
Oh my goodness! What
I'll
a
hold it up.
treasure!
Look
so
at
that's
that.
it.
So that's it. We collect these coins. This is the 20 Lira coin. I'll show you the back, just so you know. The back is hiding inside your watch, by the way.
But
Those
it's
are
in there.
Sprigs of wheat. Okay, see that 1957?
Yes.
So this was the first batch minted of this particular coin.
And do you know the Italian? Not legend, but the I guess the tradition of always putting a coin or a penny if you give anything sharp.
Oh yeah.
So like
Yeah. I
knives is
didn't
a
even
wedding
think
gift.
about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I just thought like this would be so great if you've gotten a beautiful brooch for someone special, or it's a wedding gift and you have these gorgeous like
Or
now
if
chef
you're at the
knives.
famous Trevi fountain
There
in Rome,
you
you're supposed to
go.
flip it over your
No,
shoulder,
but just
but
go like this.
don't flip your Ecclissi watch over your
No.
shoulder. That won't count.
No. Don't ever take this off your wrist.
Don't take it off your wrist.
We had two choices. One is sold out. And we started with 2,400. Only 600 left in the all silver. And it goes back to the fact that when you think of sterling silver watch designer, in the 33 years I've been on the air, there is one and one name only. Not, oh yeah, that guy did it too, or she did it as well. Some people would like put a little watch in their collection, but Robert is the one you want to buy from because he is the premier sterling watch designer, and I can't think of anything that is, I think, more personal to you and more evocative of the brand than this watch. It's never happened before.
It really is. It's never happened before. Collectible. I mean, it's gorgeous, and it's a lot of silver. I think there's like 38 grams of silver went into this watch.
38 grams, so over an ounce of sterling silver. So here's the other thought process too. I mean, if you remember back in the early 2000s, we did more Lira jewelry because it was a little bit more available then.
Yeah, right.
It's not happening now.
It's not happening now, and it's harder to get the quantity. It really is.
So thank you so much,
Jane,
Robert.
thank you.
Love
Such a pleasure to be here.
Love being with you.
Love
so
you
we
too.
sold out. Thank you, honey. We sold out of the yellow gold. Oh, there's my tray. I was like, well, I need more jewelry. We sold out of the yellow gold, and now we only have that, not only, but we have the beautiful silver still available, and we have 500 to go around, and that is it. So I remember going to the Vicenza Jewelry Fair years ago, and honestly, in the early days of silver at QVC, we kept things a little bit lighter. We kept things a little bit smaller because